It is the most elusive fish.
And it winked with an eye. It grew.
Over to the news.
Where is my bit of halibut?
This is your little bit of halibut. Hello, this is Halibut News. So, not coming up later, TfL announced new social distancing measures on their London buses. And the first person to receive Bill Gates' vaccine is released from hospital. And Piers Morgan has tested positive for being an asshole. And James Corden reveals the moment he found out that the McDonald's limited menu didn't include burgers.
I don't have a feeling I won't be able to make it through it.
Nothing fishy going on here. How you doing? How you doing today? You okay? So what's news? Well, the UK now has the highest death toll in Europe. And my goodness, so the mainstream media really bragging about that one. So official figures have revealed that more than 32,000 people have now died from the virus. So now remember that. This is from the Guardian. However, further down, it says the Office for National Statistics said 29,000 deaths were registered in England and Wales with COVID-19 mentioned on the death certificate. This is what we've been saying for weeks now. The sheer fact that COVID-19 is on the death certificate means it goes down as a COVID-19 figure. And if these figures are to be believed, then maybe it's got something to do with the 18 million people that came flooding into our country between January and March without screening this year. President of the Royal Society of Medicine's Epidemiology and Public Health Section, Gabriel Scally, has said there are countries that appear to have taken effective advantage of their island status, like New Zealand. He added the UK was one of the few remaining countries that still had open borders, which places us in sudden jeopardy. So you have your answer. You can bang on to your government about immigration until you're blue in the face. Even a deadly disease won't stop it. Well, that sums the UK up totally, doesn't it? I mean, shut the clubs, pubs, schools, gyms, hotels, restaurants, cinemas and shops. No, but not the borders. No, that would be racist. And while we're on the subject, what did Professor Lockdown, Professor Neil Ferguson have to say on the subject when all these people were flooding into the country and we were locked in our homes? Well, we know exactly what he was doing, don't we? He was doing her. While we were all 2 metres apart, he was 2 inches deep. It's interesting, though, how the Sun and the BBC report both these stories. So first, the Sun, locked out. Government coronavirus scientist Professor Neil Ferguson resigns after breaking lockdown rules to meet his married lover. Professor Neil Ferguson, 51, allowed the woman to visit him at home during the lockdown while lecturing the public on the need for strict social distancing to halt the spread of the coronavirus. They then go on to describe the woman, one Antonia Stats, 38, lives with her husband and their children in a 1.9 million house. Already, just with that one small paragraph, you're already hating on this woman. So then what follows is a grovelling apology from Professor Ferguson, or often wrong Fergie, as we like to call him, and making all excuses and deeply regretting any undermining of the clear message around the continued need for social distancing and blah-de-blah-de-blah, when any red-hot-blooded male knows exactly what he was thinking about. Predictably, the BBC went very easy on Professor Lockdown. In their article, there was no mention of the fact that the woman was married with children and she was leaving her marital home to meet him. And they end the article by saying that his resignation was a really big deal and he's the most influential scientist in the virus outbreak. Really? Well, let's remind ourselves about often wrong Fergie and his Imperial College when they predicted massive deaths from swine flu. Well, they were wrong. The bird flu. And they were wrong again. Foot and mouth disease, yep, wrong again. And of course the BSE mad cow disease, and they were wrong again. But of course they're right about this one, right? So moving on then, do you listen to Richie Allen? Oh, go on. You should do. Richie Allen broadcasts on multiple platforms, including YouTube. Well worth a listen. Subscribe to his channel. But in the meantime, I'm going to play a clip from one of his recent shows where he takes Kay Burley to task. Now, you've got the Kay Burley show where she's doing this virtual tour of the wonders of the world. And it's just complete and utter nonsense. So here's my instant replay of Richie Allen.
Let's have a listen. This is Kate this morning, very excited with herself. Kay Burley.
And from the Lake District to the pyramids coming up in just a few moments' time. We are going to be taking you live to the pyramids for the latest in our series of Virtually There. You can't travel at the moment. So we're bringing the pyramids to you. That to come up very shortly indeed. And then at 9:30.
She's doing a thing every morning where she's speaking to somebody at one of the world's wonders because we can't go there. So it's virtual tourism with Kay Burley. Bet you Alan Wicker is shitting himself. This virtual thing now, because we can't go anywhere. We can't go and see the pyramids. I couldn't anyway, I couldn't afford it. But even if I could afford it, we can't go because of the lockdown. So Kay is bringing us a trip to some of the world's ancient wonders every morning on Sky by speaking to somebody live via video link from the said wonder, whichever one it happens to be. It's a thing of beauty, this.
Here on the Kay Burley Show this morning with the lockdown in place, foreign travel obviously off the table. So we're taking you from your living room to the pyramids of Egypt in the latest edition of our Virtually There series. We've had one or two technical issues. Let's see if we can fix it. Mai Saeed is an Egyptologist and tour guide. He is in Cairo for us. Hello to you.
It's obviously a woman.
To you. Can you hear us? I don't think that they can. We can sort of just make out the pyramids behind it. As you know, so many people can't travel at the moment.
It's still the best holiday I've had, Kay, for a long time.
Because of lockdown, and it doesn't look as though aviation is likely to take off again anytime soon. So
see what she did there? Aviation is unlikely to take off again anytime soon.
We were hoping to take you to the pyramids. You know what we're going to do? We're going to try that for you tomorrow instead.
Do it now.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you can! Hey, fantastic. Tell me what's going on there at the moment.
Well, at the moment, everybody's at home.
Yeah, indeed. So what difference is that making to life at the pyramids?
What's going on there, says Kay? Well, fuck all, Kay. They've locked down the whole country just like everybody else, so the pyramids are all by themselves at the moment.
Well, the site is actually closed, but hopefully it will be reopen again soon. And it is...
I'm not buying shares in Kay Burley's virtual tourism company anytime soon. Fucking useless. Nobody there.
Fascinating to be very far from the site, as you see it behind me. We miss it so much, and I'm pretty sure that most of the tourists around the world can't wait to come back, as it's an everybody bucket list to be in Egypt and to see the pyramids of Giza.
I'm sure that's true. Last time I was in Cairo, I found the climate, the weather actually to be to be very difficult because I suffer from asthma, and there's quite a lot of pollution in the air, isn't there? What's it like, given that everybody's in lockdown?
The Cairo Tourism Board is sitting there thinking, "You fucking bastard, Burley." You're supposed to be talking the place up, not talking about the pollution.
Everybody's in lockdown at the moment, or you have less visitors.
Excuse me?
What's it like?
She's horrified that Burley started talking about pollution there and asthma.
Have fewer visitors.
Have you any visitors? Can you hear me?
Well, we don't have visitors now.
There's fucking nobody here, Kay, because of the lockdown. How many times do I have to tell you, you ginger fuckwit?
That piece of halibut was good enough for Jehovah.